Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? I have been sitting out here for about 10 minutes waiting for my camera to defog because the lens has been all fogged up, and I walked across the street and I talked to my neighbor, and I actually just got done. Here are my gardening gloves, and I just got done pulling up some of the longer weeds. So I Hi! So I walked across the street to see how bad it looks from over there. It looks pretty bad. But I got most of the longer weeds up, and tomorrow I'm going to do some more. It is currently 4:48 p.m. and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an update. I put this in the Vloggerinos group, and I also commented on my vlog last night because I didn't want people to worry all day what was going on with me. So let me tell you what happened. First of all, I feel so blessed for the fantastic team of doctors that I have. And so my neurologist called us last night. He always works really late in the office, and he called us last night. It was like 8 o'clock or something like that. And he called Alex, and he said, I want to talk to you guys about this procedure tomorrow. And we're like, okay. And he was like, after talking to the neurointerventionist and after talking to the neurosurgeon, and having re-looked at your scans, we do not think that you should get this procedure. The reason they didn't think that I should get the procedure, at least not yet, he said that it looked like on my last CAT scan that it had gotten a little bit worse, but that when he had the neurosurgeon look at them, that they're mildly getting better each month. And he said that they all conclusively agreed that I do not need to have this procedure, at least not right now, because if it's not really necessarily an elective procedure, but it's like, I don't really know how to explain this. It's kind of like semi-elective, and it doesn't take away the blood from my brain. It just would stop the bleeding if there's further bleeding. He's like, we can't tell if there's further bleeding occurring because it's staying the same. So anyway, so he said that he wanted to see me in person again, and that he wants me to see the neurosurgeon, and that they're going to make a decision based on that. He said, I don't have any of the symptoms that go along with this happening. And he said, so nothing has gotten worse. And he was like, but when I first looked at your scan, and he said I had the neurointerventionist look at it, who I guess is like a neuroradiologist. I don't really understand all this, but he said when I had the neurointerventionist look at it, he highly recommended this procedure, which I guess is somewhat experimental. So the situation is that, and this made me even more scared, honestly. He said, we wouldn't want you to have a procedure that you didn't have to have or that you didn't need, and then for something to happen as a result of that. And he said, people have procedures all the time that are elective that they don't need, and then something happens, and it could have been prevented had they not had the procedure. And he said, so we want to make sure that you absolutely need to have this procedure, not just talking to a neurointerventionalist that's looked at your scans, but we want to exclusively look at all your scans. That neurointerventionist had also only seen my scan from February and then the most recent one. So laid all down together, a new neurointerventionist, the neurosurgeon that's been working with my neurologist and my neurologist together decided that they didn't think that I needed to have this procedure today. So cancel the procedure for today. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I go to see my doctor, and he's going to do a bunch of more evaluations. And he said to me, we probably do need to get more recent scans, not just every 4 to 6 weeks. He said we might have to do every 2 weeks. for a while just to make sure. He goes, but from what I'm seeing, and I talked to him today too, he said, from what I'm seeing, you absolutely do not need this procedure, and the neurosurgeon agrees that you absolutely do not need this procedure. So I was like, okay. 3 days ago you said I needed the procedure, and he was like, well, that was based on what the neurointerventionist was seeing, and he was looking at your most recent scan to the February scan. I was like, okay. So that's where we're at. To be honest with you, I'm like, I'm very, very relieved. When I vlogged last night, I had unbelievable support from people from the vlog and from the Vloggerino group, and everybody just giving me so much support and prayers, and I again want to say thank you for that. And maybe they worked, I don't know, but at the same time I was having, because I got very emotional at the end of the vlog, and because he said to me last night, well, this was before, so anyway, but I was having people text me when they thought I was having the procedure, my dad and friends of mine and people, the sponsor and stuff like that, and it was becoming very, very real to me, and I was really, really scared, and I didn't really know much about, other than having talked to this clinical nurse and this doctor from the place. I didn't really know a whole lot about this procedure, and so I didn't really know what was going to happen with it, and I was really scared. So anyway, yeah, I feel a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And I said to my doctor today, I said to him last night, and then I said it again today. I said, so there's no risk for me right now having to have anything, he was like, no, and he was like, I said, so this isn't going to be like in 2 days, like you're telling me like, okay, we have to rush you in there and you have to get this done. And he said, oh, absolutely not. He said, we have extensively looked at your stuff today. So, I don't know. It was kind of weird that it came at like the last minute, But I'm thankful that I did, and that, that I did hear from him last night. So that's the team that I have, and going in to see him. He was going to try to get me in either today or tomorrow, but he couldn't get me in today. So see him tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and then I will have more news to report after that. And he told me, he said, I think that we're just going to continue to do what we're doing and just continue to watch this, and take it month by month and all of that. And I said, okay. So I don't really, to be honest with you, know what happened. Like, I got the scan done, and then there was like this immediacy and whatever. So he said that day somebody else in the office had read it and compared, it was this neurointerventionist, and had compared it to my February scans that I had right after the accident, and that they didn't look at any of the scans in between. So I don't know. I'm just really, really thankful and feeling very relieved, and I slept very well last night. Got up today and let's see, did full load of laundry of all the linens, washed all the sheets, and just put them in the dryer, and now I'm washing the comforter, and also washed the pillow shams and all of that kind of stuff, and then talked to Alex's friend Sarah on the phone for like a really long time. We talked for like a half an hour on the phone, and yeah, just kind of catching up with people. And I kind of had this plan that I didn't know what was going to happen after this procedure, and if I would be like out of it for a day or whatever. So I hadn't planned on filming any videos today, and Alex is like just texted me, and he said he was gonna, hold on a second, Oh, it's Valerini. Hey, Valerini. Just texting me. He texted me and he said that he was gonna be on his way home soon. And all these people are going down to the pool because it's the mocktails and cocktails party. But none of my neighbors are going to it. My neighbor across the street, she's working in her yard. She bought more plants and she said, I'm extending the garden even further. And then my neighbor across the street, she went to the eye doctor and had her eyes. I know all the business today. She had her eyes dilated. I was telling her across the street about, I said, I was supposed to have this really serious procedure today, and I didn't end up having to have it. And she was like, well, thank the Lord. And she was like, that's so great. She's not real religious or anything. She just said that. I think maybe she said thank God or something. I don't know. But anyway, so she's real funny. She's been real sweet. We've been like yelling back and forth. I was talking to Sarah on the phone, and we were talking about possibly like doing like a double date kind of thing. And, you know, they had the Van Gogh exhibit at the art museum, and she knows a lot about the art museum. And so they now have a Monet exhibit. And so I was asking her, I said, how long? I was talking to Sarah on the phone, and I said, hey, I said, how long until the Monet exhibit is it going to be there? And she said, well, it just started. She said, so I don't know, 6 months or a year? I said 6 months or a year. She goes, yeah, probably. So she's like, for a while. Sarah was like, how does she know? And I said, she goes to the art museum. They're like real involved with the art museum. She loves like the gardens there and stuff. So anyway, did laundry today, did some stuff around the house. Alex just texted me and said that he was going to leave work early and come home. So he's coming home, and then he's going to take me to my doctor's appointment in the morning, and then he'll probably go to work after that, unless we do like brunch or something. I don't know. Maybe he won't go to work tomorrow. We'll go to brunch. And but I was going to go and get crumble cookies today and go do a crumble cookies review today. But I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I think I'll just have him drive me by there on the way back after my doctor's appointment tomorrow. So the plan as of now is that tomorrow I go see my doctor. My blood work looks fine. Everything looks fine. I don't know. I'm so confused, and so he goes, I'll explain a lot of it to you tomorrow when you come in here. But anyway, this has been something that he's mentioned to me like for a while. Like, I mean, months ago, he talked to me about the 2 different procedures where the burr holes to go in and remove the blood. And apparently the neurointerventionist thought there was new blood on my CAT scan, and so he said after having somebody else look at it and the neurosurgeon looking at it that there's no evidence whatsoever that there's new blood on my brain, which thank God, right? So so that's that. So see him tomorrow, and then after that the next step will be that I will meet with the neurosurgeon, and I'll probably have CAT scan in between there, and then he'll look at the CAT scan, and from there on, he'll kind of be, the neurologist will be the one that's in like charge of like my epilepsy and things like that, and he'll be the one that's in charge of what's going on with the subdural hematoma. So, yeah, I don't know. So tomorrow, I'll probably have Alex take me to crumble cookies on the way home, and I'll do a crumble cookies review tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna, today, just relax. I don't know. I might do a drama video. I have a drama video to do, but it's kind of lame. It's about Jaclyn Hill doubling down on the lipsticks. I'm like, I don't know that I even want to do that. I'm like hot and sweaty. It's hot today, and I was out here working in the dirt, and my, like, I have all this dirt in my sandals, because I'm, of course, wearing my red Birkenstocks, and I've got mosquitoes all over me from being, like, in the weeds. Let me text Valerie back. Valerini, Valerini does the washing and the sewing. What was I going to look at? Oh, the weather. So yeah, I slept really well last night. Alex and I watched RuPaul's Drag Race, the finale. It says it's... Hold on a second. I think it's going on. It says it's 81 right now. And tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then mainly cloudy after midnight, low 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And then tomorrow, 85, scattered thunderstorms. Saturday, 88, 89, partly cloudy skies. Yeah, crap weather for like the next 2 weeks over it. I'd like to have one good day to maybe go to the pool before the pool closes. I'd also like to go see a movie this weekend. Alex really wants to see Thor. I don't want to see Thor. I want to see Nope. And it's interesting because I saw online that it got a lot of bad reviews. There was like some big deal about how Logan Paul said like it was horrible or something like that and wrote this whole thing about it. Not that I feel like Logan Paul is the end all of film critics, because I don't. But Caroline's son David, he and his girlfriend went and saw it this weekend. They were like, do you want to go with us? And I was like, no, I'm just going to stay here and watch TV with your mom. And because David was like, well, Caroline said, David wanted to know if you wanted to go to the movie with them. The problem is they already bought their tickets. So if you go, like, you can't sit with them because it's already, like, so sold out. And I was like, no, going to a movie on a Saturday night and sitting by myself, I'm good. So I was like, I'll just stay at home with you and watch TV. But I said to David before, I said, I am really interested to know what you think because, A, I really respect David's, like, his reviews of movies. So my Uncle Dave loved going to the movie. It was like one of his favorite things. So he would take David to movies all the time. Like, all the time David went to movies. And Caroline, like, she laughs now. I mean, David's 21 now, but she's like, I look back on some of the movies that my dad took David to as a kid, and she's like, I'm so embarrassed that my dad took my kid to these movies, right? But, like, David as a little kid, like, I mean, he knew and saw every new movie that came out because my Uncle Dave would take him. So I always thought David would go into, like, he's into music, but I always thought that he would be into, like, film. I thought he would go in and do something with film because he was so interested in it and knew about directors and movie, and still does, right? So I was like, I really want to know what you think about this movie, Nope, because I love the director, even though I can never think of his name. Starts with a B. Why can't I think of his name? Ari Aster is the other one, the new director that did Hereditary and Midsommar. I didn't like Midsommar so much, but it was terrifying. Hold on a second. Nope director. As soon as it comes up, I'm going to be like, yep. Jordan Peele, and he's this fantastic director. He did Get Out, Us, and now a Nope, and I think he did one other movie, and I love his movies, and he's a really important director right now. So anyway, so I was like, David, this movie has gotten really horrible reviews, but I want to see it because I love anything that has to do with aliens. And so when David got home, I was like, what did you think? And he was like, it was really, really good. His girlfriend didn't like it as much as he did because she said that some parts were really slow. But he said, like, the slowness of the movie, like, added to, like, what it was about. Like, it, you know. And I like Keke Palmer a lot. She was one of the judges on Legendary this season. Megan Thee Stallion had been on the 2 previous seasons. And then she's not on it anymore, and it was Keke Palmer this season. With Law Roach and Jamil and Laomi are the judges on Legendary. Did you guys watch that? Oh my god, I love that show so much. So anyway, yep, I've just been kind of sitting out here today, relaxing and relaxing. I need to get a broom and sweep this up because there's a lot of dirt where I like pulled out the weeds. If I showed it to you guys would be like, Peter, like you need to get down there and get these weeds pulled up. I remember when I was growing up, my mom would always say, so we had this, oh, Alex is heading home. Hold on a second. I said, okay, just vlogging. When I was a kid, we had, he's typing, I have the three dots. We had this huge brick courtyard, and it would like have like moss grow and weeds and stuff, like little weeds. And he said he's got to stop and get air in one of his tires. So anyway, we would have like weeds that would grow in this courtyard and like moss and stuff like that. And my mom, like always in the summer, one chore was that I had to weed this courtyard, which you had to weed it like once every 2 weeks. I hated it. And there was always like, you know what's interesting is I don't see this a lot around here, but at the house that I grew up in, we had tons and tons of daddy long leg spiders. I don't see that as much around here anymore. And somebody on the vlog commented and said that lightning bugs are going extinct. And do you know what's so strange about that is that I feel like this summer, more than any other summer, I have seen lightning bugs a lot. Like I was sitting out here last night and I was like, there was like a lightning bug that was like floating right around over there. And I was like, oh my God, there's one. And I saw a couple of them. So maybe I just thought I did because I wanted to go get my, do you remember you would get the glass like jar and then you would like put the holes in the top of it and then you put the lightning bugs inside of it and then you carry it around and you put them inside so it would light up your jar, and then at the end of the night you would let all your lightning bugs go. That was always so much fun. I feel like I was just talking about that on my vlog not too long ago. I probably was. I was telling my friend Valerie last night, she said, do you ever write down ideas of what you're going to vlog about? I said, no, absolutely not. I said, if I like feel like there are things that I need to like come up with or whatever, I look at the comments, which I'm going to do in just a second. And she goes, well, you could like you could like write down things to vlog about, like ideas for stories. And I said, you know what, at this point of 6 years of almost going strong, I said, I can vlog about my day of like what happened throughout my day, but like I'm like so repeating stories at this point. I'm sure so many people are tired of it. But you know what? I have gotten a couple people that have said, what you should start a channel where people send in questions and then you answer them. I think that is actually what I started doing on my Peterisms channel, and then it just kind of never happened. And that was what my email, Peter Monn, his dad, was for. But if you leave comments in the vlog, comment sections of like questions, I can answer them there. You know, I'll just start looking at the comments and answering questions from the comment sections of the vlog. If you guys have questions about anything, people were like, ooh, what was that? It looked like a bee, but it just kind of like flew in like this, but it's like this big. I feel like there's like a nest in the ground or something like that. I do not want to look. Okay, let's read through some of the... So Joanne said, hi Peter, I hope, she also said, I'm realistic, not positive. Thank you, Joanne. You are in a tough position. I care about you. I will agree with another comment who says you are here for a reason. I do believe in that comment. Okay, bye. And then she also said, hey Peter, hi Peter, I hope the meeting went well. I'm not sure that I agree with anyone who says it's a minor surgery. I just don't think that any surgery is minor. It's just my personal opinion, and I weirdly care about you and your family. Not weird, just care. No, I don't think it's weird that I appreciate it. That was really the reason for the canceling of the procedure. There is a risk of stroke. And even though the risk is minor, it's something like 1 or 2%. And, you know, my neurologist was like, any risk of stroke is a great risk. And there's also, with the area that they go in and they catheterize, which is, a lot of people have told me about this, where you have to lay still. A lot of people in the comments and a lot of friends of mine have had procedures similar to this with like heart procedures and things like that, where they go in through a catheter in your groin, that you have to lay still for like hours afterwards, because it can like develop like something, I don't want to say something wrong, because then people will be like, you don't know what you're talking about. But you can develop something at that site, so you have to lay there and they pack it. And then there's other things that are risk factors. And so he was like, unless you absolutely need this, and, you know, he was like, I cannot stand behind this decision. He was like, I just don't feel good about it. And he was like, you know, since Monday, or since Tuesday, he said, I have been, you know, like really talking to people about this and whatever. So, no, I agree. It's not a minor surgery. Okay. Adora said, when a doctor says non-invasive, that means it's a super safe procedure. Also, a procedure is a very different word from surgery in medical terminology. So a lot of what he was saying was that this is still somewhat in the experimental stages, and he just wasn't like, anyway, I've said enough about it at this point. You guys are so nice. You're like sending all this love and kindness, and I really, really appreciate it. Victoria, thank you so much for accepting me being so commentary-based. Deeply appreciate it. I love it. She also said that would be awesome for him to try Jet's Pizza. We might try it tonight. Although I'm kind of in the mood to go out to dinner. I'm kind of like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I have been in panic mode since I talked to the doctors earlier in the week. And I am like I literally feel like a weight was lifted from me. And so I'm like really, really ready to like get out and go do something. So I don't know. That's also another reason why I don't think that I'm going to film a bunch of videos today. I was like thinking to myself I might take just the whole week off and then start again on Monday. I don't know. I mean, other than the vlog, because I love vlogging. I mean, I love doing all my videos, but I mean, it does take me several hours to like upload the videos and stuff. The vlog has like been easy lately. I just like render it and then I upload it, and it's just like a couple, like 2 hours later, it's like ready to go. It's been really easy lately. Hyatt said, Peter, please have your dad look at the doctor's notes. I know you trust doctors because you don't think they would ever harm you, but the reason many of them recommend certain procedures is because they have an incentive to, especially on effective procedures, which are quite profitable. I say this as someone who is harmed, and I wish had gotten multiple second, third, and fourth opinions on a procedure that would have healed given enough time. So if they recommend the procedure, I am going to get a second opinion about that. That was something that my cousin Caroline is like adamant about, and already found the name. it stopped. It was at the 30-minute mark. But I did talk to my dad about this extensively. My dad also knows my neurologist really, really well and trusts him. And to be honest with you, I think between Alex talking to the doctor and this, I think that is, and my dad talking to him, I think that is a huge reason why they stayed on top of it, honestly. And so, I don't, you know. Okay. You guys are so sweet for all the prayers and stuff. Queen Cobra, Jim, Jake, and Jay said anesthesia sleep is my favorite sleep. Can see why Michael Jackson was so addicted to sedation medication. Do you know what is so strange about this is that when I went to my meeting on Tuesday night and I was like talking about being really afraid and whatever, Tanya and our friend and her husband were all talking about that. And like, I mean, I knew about like Michael Jackson's addiction and stuff like that, but I guess I didn't know that much about it, that that he was addicted to like anesthesia medication. I didn't know that. And they kept on referring to it as like the Michael Jackson sleep medication. So I didn't know about all that. So many people right when I was supposed to be having my procedure were like commenting and being like, wishing the best for you. That just is so sweet. I really appreciate it. I want to see how many people saw my, hold on a second. Turn the volume down, library, your videos. "37 replies on my update. Deb said, it's a journey for sure. Perhaps the opportunity to meet in person will alleviate the fear and anxiety, but those are entirely understandable. You will get through every step of your journey through your own will and also with the support of those who care about you deeply." Diana said, I am glad to hear that neurologist wants to postpone your procedure until you talk to all the doctors involved. I also am happy that maybe the procedure will not be necessary. Oh, God, I hope so. I really, really am. It looks like it's going to pour down rain right now. I'm really hoping it's not going to be necessary. Deborah said, many thanks for the update, Peter. You have my love and prayers every single day. It probably feels like an emotional roller coaster for you to have a reschedule, maybe a schedule like this. Extra hugs to you, Alex and Boo. It does. Like, I mean, so I was so tired after we watched RuPaul's Drag Race. We watched it at like 6:30 or something. 7, I don't know when it was. Whenever I got done vlogging was when I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race. And I really couldn't eat. And I ate these avocado chips that I had purchased over the weekend at Caroline's house. And avocado and salt chips I bought. And then I had some, like, a little bit of onion dip. I wasn't really hungry at all. And I was like a nervous wreck. I was like visibly shaking. And so when we got done, I told Alex, I said, I think I'm going to lay down for like, it was like, at that point, it was like 8:30. And I said, I think I'm going to lay down for like, no, it was like, had to have been before that. I said, because he went upstairs to watch the show that he's watching, Generation X or something, it's some Spanish show. And I said, I think I'm going to lay down for like an hour or an hour and a half. And then I'm going to get up and I said, and then just kind of like watch a show or something. And then I said, I'm going to try to go back to bed. And I didn't even know if I was going to be able to sleep last night. And he said, okay, babe. And so I was laying in bed and I told him, I said, I looked over at him and he had his headphones on and I kind of like motioned to him and he like paused his show and took his headphones off, and I said, I'm really scared. And he was like, well, what can I do to help you? Like, what's going on? And I said, I'm just really scared. I said, I don't know. Like, I guess I just have to put one foot in front of the other, and I just have to have this thing, you know, whatever. I said, but I just feel like I don't know anything about it. Like, I'm just like, you know, I talked to the clinical nurse, and she explained the procedure to me, and she acted like, oh, we do 15 of these a month, and it's just not that big of a deal, and blah, 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 whatever, you know? And everybody that I was talking to was being really, really supportive about it, you know, like, and, you know, and my dad even said, like, at that point, he was like, Peter, if they told you that they do these all the time, like, you know, it's probably a procedure that they feel pretty comfortable doing, you know, they wouldn't tell you if otherwise, and, so anyway, but he was like, you know, anyway, so I'm laying there, and so Alex and I talked for a little bit, and then I said, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I need to lay down for a little bit. And so I turned over on my side, and I was like almost asleep, and Alex tapped my shoulder, and he said, Dr. So-and-so is calling. And so he put it on speakerphone, so that would have been like 8:15, 8:30, something like that. And he was like, Peter, can you hear me? And I said, yeah. And he goes, Alex, are you there too? And so we were like, yeah, we're both here on speakerphone. He goes, okay. He goes, I have, for the last 2 days, been looking at these scans with a neurointerventionist and the neurosurgeon. And the neurosurgeon that he had been consulting with prior to this on my scans, the guy that told him I don't need to have this, was not the one that told, because he was out of town or something, was not the one that told him that he thought based on the scans. So he finally got to consult with the guy that had been looking at him all along, and he said, we absolutely do not believe that you need to have this procedure tomorrow, like that it needs to be canceled and that we need to see you in person. And he said, you know, he asked me a bunch of questions. He was like, you know, are you having any more headaches? And I said, no. I said, I actually am, like right now I was having a little bit of a headache, but it wasn't anything severe. And he said, and your mobility is fine. And I said, totally fine. And he said, and you're not having any memory loss or anything like that? And I said, no, not more than usual. And he said, so nothing's changed. And Sarah's calling me back, Alex's friend Sarah. He said, so nothing's changed? And I said, no, nothing's changed. And he said, until we see you, he said, absolutely, we do not think that you need to have this this procedure. And I said, okay. And he said, and I also have a call in to this other neurointerventionist who, it's like, I guess, a neuroradiologist or neurointerventionist, I don't know, to look at the scans, because I want him to look at the scans too and double check them. And I said, okay. So then got off the phone, came downstairs, called Caroline, talked to her about it. And that's when she was like, okay, we need a second opinion. We need somebody to talk to go in and all this kind of stuff. And I said, okay, Caroline. She said, no, like seriously, like tomorrow. And then she was like talking about, what did she say? She said, how would you feel about going to, let me see, hold on a second. She said, maybe we should go to a research hospital and see what they think. I had such a good experience doing that with Dad. It might be worth the road trip. And I said, okay, sounds like a good idea. And then I said, what was the dirty song you were singing this week? She kept on singing this song this weekend. It was like, dun, 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 dun. And she said, LOL, no idea. But anyway, hold on a second. So Sarah was asking me, they were supposed to go to massages tonight, she and this guy that she's seen, but he's like backed up with work. And so she's like, do you want to go and have a massage? And I'm like, aces, I could use a massage. I haven't had a massage in forever. So anyway, what was I going to say? Hold on a second. I asked her if they had male massage therapists there, and she said no, they only have women. So anyway, what was I saying? I told her I'm gonna pass. But anyway, I haven't had a massage in forever. I don't know if I used to get them when I vlogged, but for a long time, I had a massage therapist that I went to like every single Monday, and he was like an hour and a half. He used to work at this massage therapy place. That's how I originally like found it. And then he went out on his own. He was so fantastic. Up until the time of the lockdown was about the time that I saw him. And I would get an hour and a half massage every Monday. Oh my God, it was so fantastic. And he was so professional and so fantastic. And it was like self-care, unbelievable self-care. So I haven't had a massage therapist in a long time. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so then got off the phone with him, and I was talking to my cousin Caroline, and she was saying like maybe we could do this research facility or something like that. I was like, okay. And I was just kind of, at that point, I was like so relieved, but kind of like a little shell-shocked, because I was like, I can't believe that, like, I was so scared for like the last 2 days, and now I'm not having to have this. So then Alex texted me, and he said, can you come inside? The doctor's on the phone again. So I went inside, and he had him on speakerphone. What is she texting me again? And she, so anyway, he was on the phone, the doctor was on the phone again, he goes, okay, I talked to this neuro radiologist that I had been reaching out to, and he said absolutely, like, there's no reason to have this procedure. And that was when it got into, it's experimental, and it could have been pushed because, you know, like, I was kind of a good candidate for it, but they were, you know, kind of like what somebody alluded to in here, that they were not necessarily wanting to make money, but they were wanting to get, like, you know, whatever. And so he was like, I just don't want you to have any procedure that you don't need to have, procedure, surgery, whatever. He goes, you know, things sometimes go wrong. And he said, you know, hopefully that wouldn't be the case. Now, I will tell you what scares me about it is that if I end up having to have it, like if I go see the neurosurgeon and he's like, yeah, like, you know, after like having talked to you and seen everything, like I am going to recommend this. Now there's all of this more fear in there, right? Because the doctor has basically said that if you don't have to have a procedure or a surgery, don't, because other things could happen on top of that, like a stroke. Now I'm like terrified of this, right? So I'm even like, if my fear was here, it's even like heightened even more. So then got off the phone with him, and then he was like, okay, I'm going to either get you guys in tomorrow or Friday. He said, but he was doing this whole like teaching symposium thing today, and so he didn't think that he would be able to get us in today. And so he called, and he said, can you come in tomorrow? Or today he called, and he said, can you come in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.? And I said, yes. And he said, okay. And so he kind of like went over everything again with me and asked me a bunch of questions. And so that's where we're at. Let me get back into the video to see. Okay, my battery died. And in between then, Alex got home. But he's talking to his mom on the phone right now. So I'm gonna finish vlogging and all of that. Let's see, let me read a few more comments. I thought this was an interesting response to my update. This is from Joe. So, hey, Joe. Joe said, I am a neurosurgery RN. You can never have too much information. He said it's 96. Well, I guess I'm assuming it's a he because his name's Joe. It's 96 all week. I am 4 miles from the Gulf, so very humid. I missed what procedure you're having. Best of luck with the procedure. 31 plus years, day at a time, Joe. Oh, hey family, how are you? Okay, the procedure that I am having, or the procedure that I was supposed to have, is called, I want to make sure that I get it right, MMAE embolization. Middle meningeal artery embolization as an adjuvant treatment to surgery. And basically what they do is they put a catheter in your femoral artery, which that I guess is like another risk, is going into your artery. And then they put the catheter all the way up, and then it would go into my brain. And then at the point of where the bleed was, which now they're telling me that they're not seeing any further bleeding, a part of the problem was that of this team that I have, that this neurologist is at the beginning of the front of the team, there was a different doctor that reviewed my scans earlier in the week. Compared that scan to my scan in February. Didn't see any of the in-between scans. I'm not really sure why. And that will be something that we find out tomorrow. And like highly recommended this. And was like, okay, this is something that we have to do, blah, 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 whatever. So, since then, like, you know, all of this has happened that's happened. So anyway, okay. Wanted to get in and read a couple more of these. You guys are just so nice. I mean, it just was like one after another. If you have the procedure, this is from Kelly. My only recommendation is it's normal to feel how you're feeling, even though it sucks being in fear. But the morning of, try to push your fear aside and think positive thoughts. I will remember that if I have to have it, but... Oh, Victoria commented on the video. She said, hello, Peter. Thank you so much for this update. Oh, I already read this one, didn't I? And Blue Butterfly 04 said, amazing news. So happy that your condition is being reevaluated. You have an excellent team caring for you. Yeah, I do. And I mean, the fact that they even called so late on the night before, like, is crazy to me. Yeah. So that's where we're at. I will have more info tomorrow about all of that. And where we go from here, and hopefully nothing, you know. Hopefully nothing. Now Alex is home. Can you guys hear him inside talking to his mom on the phone? I think it's always interesting, like, he doesn't do this with anybody but his mom. And his mom's not like hard of hearing or anything like that, but they always speak so loud, and he always has her on speakerphone. And they speak really, really loud, and very, very fast when he talks to her on the phone. So Sarah was going to ask him if he wanted to have the massage, so he may be going with her to have the massage. I don't know. If not, I'm going to see if he wants to go and have something for dinner. I don't know why. Do you watch Only Murders in the Building? Okay. Oh, I was going to tell you about RuPaul's Drag Race. And I was going to say, like, I don't want to ruin it for you in case you haven't watched it yet, like I hadn't. But, like, because Logo TV and WoW Presents and World of Wonder, well, that's WoW Presents. and RuPaul's Drag Race and every other person in the world had already tweeted out who won. I already knew watching the show. I was like, this is so stupid. And I have to tell you, I don't agree. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it was, should I say? I said I wasn't going to ruin shows anymore. I wasn't going to spoil shows, but I do not agree with who won at all. There was like 2 sections. So there was the top 4 and then there was like the bottom 4, and I don't agree with the winner in either one at all. Like, at all. I think RuPaul picked who she wanted to win, and I think that was how it went. And I think that, you know, do we say RuPaul she? Do we say RuPaul he? I actually don't know what pronouns RuPaul chooses to use. What pronouns does... I always was taught that RuPaul is noted among famous drag queens for his indifference towards the gender-specific pronouns used to address him. Both he and she have been deemed acceptable. I had always, like, I don't know, I know we're in much more political times, but when I was, like, when I came out and was going to drag shows on a regular basis and whatever, it's like, it was always appropriate to call drag queens when they were in drag she. And, I mean, there's, you know, so much around gender identity and what people prefer to be called now and stuff like that. And so I just try to be respectful. If somebody wants to be called something, you know, I try to be respectful to what they choose to be called. I don't know why we wouldn't. It's very little to ask in this world, don't you think? I think. But anyway, I feel like RuPaul chose... I don't know, I just... Like, Alex had no idea who was the winner, and so when we were watching it, they did this, like, lip-sync battle, and we were watching it, I said to him each time, I said, who do you think won the battle? And he was like, before, like, you know, RuPaul said who won, and he said, and it was always the other person, and it, to me, was so obvious that it was the other person, and I'm just like, I feel like... And then RuPaul said at the end, based on your performance in the lip sync and your performance in the whole season, this is why I chose. So, I mean, it could be saying based on your performance for the season, but then just rank them and say this is who I think is #1 and this is who I think came in last. You know, why give it to the people that they gave it to? I don't know. What was I saying about that? Oh, but I was going to say that this week when I watched Only Murders in the Building, I won't ruin it for you, but there's a song from, you know, the song from Chorus Line, singular sensation, every little step she takes, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And there's this part in there where Martin Short's character, who directs musicals and plays, he says to the cop, it's the, you know, the female cop, she's so funny, and he says to her, he says something about, do you know Chorus Line? And she acts like she doesn't really know what he's talking about, and then like as she's like walking out of the scene, like leaving the apartment, she goes she sings the chorus to a chorus line. She's like, singular sensation, but she like bolts it out. She goes, do I know Chorus Line? I love that so much. That's actually probably one of the only musicals that I really, really do like. I remember when I was like in 8th grade or something, or whenever it came out. It must have come out when I was like in 8th or 9th grade, because I have this friend for a short period of time, and he and I went and saw he ended up coming out later too. Big surprise. Neither one of us knew that the other one was gay, and I didn't know till years, I mean, like, I didn't know till years after he came out that he was gay. But anyway, we both went and we loved this movie, and we went and saw it like 3 or 4 times in a row. Let's see when A Chorus Line came out. A Chorus Line. I always so related to that main character of that girl. Her name was like Megan or Meg or something like that. That she was like his #1 lead always, and Roy Scheider. And she came back, and she did that one like song. She was like, "Let me dance for you," you know that one. And then she had that purse, that sling purse that she slang over, and a leather jacket. I always so related to her. Okay, hold on a second. A chorus line. A chorus line movie date. Let's see when it came out. Probably, I'm gonna guess when I was in 8th or 9th grade. December 13th, 1985. Okay, so singular sensation. 1985. I was 1972. I was 13 years old. So I was in 8th grade. Would that have been when I was friends with him? I didn't really have any friends. Well, yeah, towards the end of 8th grade would have been. So that would have been, I guess. People ask, is there a movie version of Chorus Line? Duh. And do you want to know? Here, I gotta show you this. This is so funny. Let me go into my movies. Apple TV. Continue. What's new? Okay, here's my library of all of my purchased movies. And look at my most recent purchased movie. A Chorus Line. I bought it when I watched it this week. And then I also bought Salem's Lot. Do you see it right there? Here, I'll tell you all my movies I bought. See all. A Chorus Line, Salem's Lot, Poltergeist 3, Poltergeist, Poetic Justice. Oh my God. I love that movie so much. The Jewel of Denial, Manhattan Murder Mystery, Outrageous Fortune, The Deep, To Kill a Mockingbird, Rear Window, American Dreamer, Peanuts, Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown and Don't Look Back, La La Land, Seems Like Old Times, Nomadland, Blame It on Rio, A Prairie Home Companion, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Weird Science, Casino Royale, Slaves of New York, American Teen, which was a documentary, and 9 to 5. Those are all of my purchased movies. Do I have any downloaded? No. Oh, I have more than that. Night Mother, Defending Your Life, Into the Night, Legal Eagles, My So-Called Life. Where are those? The Big Chill, The Grifter, Thelma and Louise. Why aren't those in there? Movies. I have even more than that. After Hours, Atomic Blonde, Basic Instinct, The Big Chill, Black Rainbow, Black Widow, Body Heat, Blame It on Rio, Crimes of the Heart, The Goonies, The Grifters, Hanky Panky, Halloween, The Incredible Shrinking Woman, Into the Night, Jackie Brown, Live and Let Die, The Long Kiss Goodnight, Love, Simon, Looker, Miss Congeniality 2, Night Mother, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 13, Outrageous Fortune, The Perfect Storm, Signs everywhere, signs. Sorry, Wrong Number, The Strangers, the newest one, Terms of Endearment, Thelma and Louise, did I say that already? The X-Files, hi. The X-Files, I Want to Believe, Weird Science, 9 to 5, which I already said, and 31, the Rob Zombie movie. I own a lot of movies. I need to stop. Alright, well, I'm going to go inside now, and I can hear that he is off the phone with his mom, so I'm going to see what he wants to do this evening, and see if he is going to go to this massage with Sarah, and if not, then maybe we'll go get something to eat or something, and I should be back tomorrow filming videos on, well, of course, my vlog channel, but I should be filming a review video at least, and as well, and a drama video tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow on Friday. Hopefully, I will have good results from the doctor. I don't know why, like, I wouldn't. I mean, I've talked to him 3 times in the last 24 hours, so I can't imagine he's going to say anything different when I go in there tomorrow. I think he just wants to see me in person and see how things are going, so that's tomorrow morning, and I will, I'm not going to update or anything in the vlog, on the Vloggerinos group or in the comment sections. I will wait and tell you guys what he says tomorrow in my vlog. So, yeah, there's that, and that's think that's it. So anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing, what is today? Thursday. Thank you guys so much for the kind and caring, loving prayers and words of positivity and everything. I appreciate it. I know a lot of what's going on with me right now is not making sense. It doesn't even really make sense to me, and I'm hoping to find out more and get more of a grasp of it tomorrow. So I just appreciate so much you guys like standing by me and being so supportive. It's more than I ever could have asked for, honestly. Like, it's one of those like really cool pieces of making videos that I never in a million years would have ever expected, you know, like just all of the love and kindness that I have and all of the support of Caroline and Alex and Boo and Tanya and Valerie and, you know, all of the people in my life. And, you know, I don't know, it's just, you guys are just so amazing, and I appreciate it so much. And that has to do absolutely 100% with you. It doesn't have anything to do with me. So thank you so much. And thank you for hanging out on the front porch with me again. And how's it look?
Well, I'm moving things around.
You are?
Yeah.
Where are you going to put the jungle ride? I'm still waiting for the banana tree.
Yeah, not this year.
Aww. Anyway.
Find one at a reasonable price.
Yeah. I'll get you one next year. Oh, I'll make that deal for you. I'll buy you a banana tree and you can pull my weeds. Anyway, I just wanted to do that because she just walked out there, and so I thought that would be a fun way to kind of end this. So anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out on the front porch with me. This has really just been, last night after I talked to the doctor, I wanted to jump back, you know, and film another video and be like, hold on, you guys. But that's why I left the comments that I did and updated you guys. And I've kind of been waiting to sit down and vlog and talk to you guys about it. So thank you so much, and thank you for hanging out with me. And this has just been so much fun today. And yeah, so thanks for hanging out on the porch, and I love you guys. And remember these 3 very important things. Number 1, you can start your day over. You know what I was going to do? I was going to do this just to trick Troy up. I was going to say, remember these 3 very important things. Always eat popcorn at movies. I was going to make something up. Always eat popcorn at movies, okay? No, but remember these 3 very important things, okay? You can start your day over whenever you want. Number 1. And I actually had to do that yesterday. I had to, you know, like kind of get in this mindset of, well, I guess this is, you know, what I have to do, and put one foot in front of the other, and be grateful that I even have people supporting me, and that I have a team of doctors that are willing to do this procedure, and, you know, all that, and to practice gratitude, and to pay, you know, pay the gratitude forward in my mind. And it was hard, but, you know, it got me a little bit out of the fear that I had, and all of the support from you guys was, and really honestly, one of the things that helped the most was people sharing, having gone through similar experiences. So I want to say thank you for that. So remember these 3 important things. You can start your day over whenever you want, number 1. Number 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And number 3, and most importantly, make sure that you reach out to someone and let them know how much they mean to you. And you guys mean so much to me, and I really appreciate everything, and all the support that you have given me throughout my time on YouTube, and just the last couple days especially. So thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.